Hello and welcome to Stupid Ancient History with Midgley
and Taylor, and our expert, non-expert and special guest, the amazing James, hegemon of all that is science and wearer of fancy lab coats.
Oh yeah. You're right.
As always, we're wearing togas and we're eating olives, and today we're going to introduce Alexander the Great.
I mean, I've obviously heard of him, but you're setting yourself for a fall there calling him the Great. He's got to be pretty good. Broad strokes, I'm aware of what he did, but I'm expecting, well, great things.
Don't worry, I don't think you'll be too disappointed. And interestingly, the Great was not really a title that he held during his lifetime. It's something that comes afterwards.
Did he have an actual title? He wasn't like Alexander the Brilliant when he was alive or anything like that?
No, he did have a title, and if we're being technical, it was pretty long.
How long?
There we go.
Have you got it?
Yep. Alexander, King of Macedon, hegemon of the League of Corinth and the Hellenic League, strategos autocrator of the Hellas, pharaoh of Egypt, living Horus, son of the sun god, Shanan Shah and God King of Kings, King of all lands of the Persian Empire, and all-round mad lad.
I think you've added that last
Yeah,
time.
all right.
It's not too bad. I think he could add a couple more bows to his string.
He was trying
string to his bow there.
He was trying.
Okay. So he wasn't happy with that title. He wanted more.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was shortened to the Great.
It does make it a little bit easier.
It is a lot easier.
Could you not say that every time you mention him in a lesson?
No. So yeah, he does quite a lot in his short lifetime.
It sounds it.
Until
It all goes horribly wrong eventually.
Okay, great. Okay, so man of many, many titles, etc. Are we just going to get like the highlights? Because we surely can't just go through his entire life moment by moment.
Not in one episode, no. So, okay. Alexander is born in July in 356 BC in Pella, which is the capital of Macedonia. And he was the son of King Philip II of Macedon, and his mother was Olympias of Epirus.
Okay. That means very little to me at this point.
Well,
Royals.
Although I'm guessing like Alexander, was it with like Alexandros or something like that? What was Philip?
Philippos.
Is it just Philip?
Philip.
Let's
just call him Phil.
All right.
So, as a child, he was noted for his intelligence and interest in learning, and ended up being taught by Aristotle. So it's got quite a good start. It's got a good start.
Oh God! I'm assuming they had to pay him a lot of money to have Aristotle come and teach him.
Yeah, but
or was it also I have lots of men with lots of pointy things come teach my son?
I think
Probably
it was
both.
Yeah, but also if your dad's the king,
I mean,
you can afford a good.
Surely at
tutor.
that point he's a king. He's not the king.
No, he's a king.
Yeah,
but still a pretty significant king.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing is that he had a very short temper.
Alexander or
Aristotle. Alexander.
All right, so that's generally not a good thing for people who have a lot of power, is it?
No, not really.
So by the age of 18, he'd become king of Macedonia and managed to subdue the rest of Greece.
So he allegedly won his first battle at the age of 16.
All right.
No lying in bed for him. Up fighting his first battle and winning.
Thinking about how I was basically a slug when I was 16. I could barely get out of bed.
Why weren't you going and fighting the Thebans at the Battle of Chaeronea?
Commute?
Yeah,
I don't really know.
He's not got a car.
I certainly did it at 16.
So yeah, he's a bit of an early achiever.
He is.
So again, at the tender age of 18, having knocked together the heads of all the Greeks and sorted them out, Alexander decided he wanted a bit more.
More what? Like
More of Persia.
all right.
All of Persia.
All of Persia. That's all right, isn't it? Pretty big Persia, isn't it?
Yeah, it is quite big. I
So
mean,
at
it
this
goes from modern day Turkey to basically the Himalayas.
Well, I was going to ask, like, we spoke about Persia a while ago, so it kind of expanded as we were talking about it. Is it still that size?
It's still massive.
Yeah.
If anything, it's probably a little bit bigger.
Right, okay.
So yeah, it still stretches from the Aegean Sea, where modern day Turkey is, down into Egypt, go right as far east as the foothills of the Himalayas, and yeah, that's what he wants.
Not a lot, to be fair to him.
He does it.
All right.
Yeah, by the time he gets to 26.
He's slowed down a bit, hasn't he?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, by 26, I'd not even kind of conquered my first class of 30 kids, let alone an entire continent. So I think that's pretty good going, to be honest.
I mean, he's doing all right, isn't he?
Well, and whilst he was doing all this conquering, it seems he never lost a battle or was seriously wounded, despite this nasty habit he had of leading his army from the front.
Okay.
He also drank quite a lot all through this point and slept with a lot of people. So he was busy.
He was a busy man.
All the time.
How much he drunk? A lot. Like,
well, we'll get to that in a bit.
A few cheeky wines for a battle, or like falling over on your way?
He didn't fall over that much. He could still stay on his horse.
Right, fair enough to him then.
So, and he's often credited as developing a lot of the ancient world's siege weapons and techniques as well.
Okay, doing all right.
Yeah.
I'll give him a bit of credit. He's done a great his bit, I'm going to remain sceptical on this bloke. So he's conquered Greece. He's got and nabbed Persia as well.
Yep.
There were more titles involved in that. I'm guessing he didn't stop.
No, Persia, it seems, was not enough for Alexander, so he keeps heading east.
And that's where it all goes horribly wrong.
Oh no.
No,
I was starting to root for this guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, aside from getting married a bunch of times.
Okay. So what, did he have like a harem, or did just like...
Yeah, at one point, arguably, he had over 300 wives.
Alright, wow.
One's just not enough.
Clearly.
And as he keeps going, he gradually becomes more and more paranoid and suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he becomes an alcoholic. Just thinking, he basically treats his wives like, the modern day 5 a day for fruit and veg. It's his 5 a day for wives, clearly.
Wow.
No. we should clear up at this point. A lot of these 300 wives, when he becomes king of Persia, he inherits the previous king's wives.
Okay.
Probably doesn't see them.
How many? How many of the
inherits
300 he just acquired?
Most of them.
Most of them, okay.
If not all of them.
Does he have like a main wife?
He does.
Okay.
2.
Oh, okay. We've narrowed it down a bit. He had 300 a few minutes ago.
And a favourite boyfriend.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 3. I mean, we've cut his list of paramours down by a factor of 100.
Yeah.
So we're doing okay.
2 for in the week,
One at the weekend. God,
Perfect.
I'm learning a lot about you.
Yeah, so moving on quickly. So anyway, he becomes more paranoid, more suspicious. He becomes a bit of an alcoholic. And he quickly starts turning on many of his closest friends.
Which leads to stabby stab stab.
Of him or his best friends?
Of him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, of his best friends.
Of
sorry.
his best friends,
okay.
yeah. He stabbing best friends.
Right, okay.
Before dying at the age of 33.
All right, he's pretty young then.
Rock and roll style life.
Like,
Live fast, die young.
Yeah.
leave a pretty corpse.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, I mean, he's approaching greatness. I'll give him that. By 33, he'd conquered the
Everything.
world. Like, basically the world, hadn't he?
Yeah.
But usually with things like this, it comes down to the people who wrote about him made a lot of it up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because it was write nice things or I'll stab you.
Well, yeah, but not entirely in this case, no.
How much is written down and how much is on beautiful vases?
A lot is quite often written down. There's some nice floors.
I've seen a floor at Pompeii.
That's the nice floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that floor.
No, a lot of it is written, and one of the main sources we look at for Alexander, particularly his personal life and his character, is a guy called Plutarch.
Okay, I will warn you at this point, I'm a massive Livy fan, so he's got a lot to live up to.
He's not Livy.
Does he not make as much stuff
No,
up?
he doesn't. That's the thing with Plutarch. I mean, he's a biographer who is widely regarded as one of the most accurate and well-researched writers in the ancient world.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not to say he doesn't have his problems as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and for his military career, we look at a writer called Arrian, who was a Greek general in the Roman army who had studied Alexander's military tactics extensively.
Greek-
So we've got some good
A
sources
Greek general in the
about-
Roman army.
Yeah.
This is when the empire is taken over Greece.
This is
Okay.
hundreds of years after.
Okay,
Alexander. But we should point out, Arian basically has a massive man crush on Alexander.
Yeah.
How much of a massive man crush? Like the little hearts in the margin of his notes and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so still compared to the utter nonsense of some of the writers we've had. So Livy would make stuff up. There's no floods. What was it with
Vines and floods.
vines and floods? That was it. None of that nonsense.
No.
I mean, that was the stuff that was worth listening to.
It's all good though.
Yeah.
I'm not here for facts.
It's
I'm here for nonsense.
It'll still be interesting, don't worry.
It better be. Okay, so again, just give me the pitch. Why is he great? Sum it all up.
So, absolute mad lad, born in Macedonia in 356 BC.
Goes on to subdue the Greeks, who had never been unified before Alexander.
Okay.
Decides to nip over the water to conquer the Persian Empire.
Gets bored, continues to see what else he can conquer.
Goes pretty loopy, drinks a lot, kills a bunch of his friends.
Dies in mysterious circumstances at the age of 33.
I mean, you didn't say mysterious circumstances before. Now I'm hooked.
Ah,
Just
that's how we
hooking you
get
in,
you.
James.
So, there you have it, our quick overview of Alexander the Great. Thank you for listening. We hope this has been useful. Leave us a comment below, and until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.